fresh meat.
Good morning, traveller. This is BremSter, and welcome back to the Diablo 4 Sudoku series, or Sudoku in Sanctuary. So, this is BremSter by Necromancer, the fifth class that I'm covering, the fifth class that is available in Blizzard's game Diablo 4, which released earlier this month, and I have been playing obsessively might be the appropriate word over on BremSter Games. I have streamed my entire playthrough. I'm currently, as of time of recording, of time of release, it'll almost certainly be different. I'm currently level 72, I think. I've recently had a carry through the capstone dungeon, and I'm now in World Tier 4, and I've been doing all sorts of content in World Tier 4 and having an absolute blast. Gotten a few good upgrades to my character's gear, and it's just been a lot of fun. The concept in Diablo 4, apart from the battle between the forces of good and evil and the ravages that causes on the land, basically any war and the devastation it causes, is that the actual gameplay concepts, apart from these huge superpowered heroes, is that there are two modes to the game. There's the Eternal mode and the Season mode. In the Eternal mode, your characters last forever, but a character in Diablo 4 is playable for about... There's no actual end point to a character, but it's normally playable for about 50 hours, maybe 60, depending on how efficient you are. You could take it slower and do it in 100. I'm definitely slower. I've spent over that, and I'm nowhere near the end. But for a really efficient player, sort of 50 to 60 hours before you've kind of done everything, you've run out of stuff to progress. There's still things that you could improve, but the improvements get so much smaller that it's kind of not worth it. And the general concept is you'll start a new character, but the way that they encourage this is there's a thing called seasons, and with every season there'll be a new mechanic introduced or a new concept introduced, and with a new season to play that new season, you must create a new character and start from scratch. And a lot of people don't like this concept, but I didn't when I first heard about it, but I actually really do, having played it in Diablo 3. So I'm looking forward to season 1 and exploring the season journey when that comes out. And Necromancer is one of the classes I'm looking at playing for that. So yeah, I kind of left this one till last for that reason. So this is just the series of 5 videos. I don't know if we'll do another Diablo 4 series later on. There's a couple of things we could do to do another series of 5. Don't know if that'll happen, but may explore other series. I do not know at this point who Necromancer is. I have seen it, but I've forgotten. But at the end of the puzzle, unlike with the Hamilton Sudoku series, the name of the setter will be revealed in the solution message. So that's a really nice little bonus. So they're not fully anonymous, and I think that's a cool way of keeping the theme, but also having the setter acknowledged. So I ramble about Diablo 4 a lot. If you want to hear more about my rambles of Diablo 4, please come join me on BremSter Games and come chat with me while I'm streaming at some point. That would be great. Anyway, let's have a look at this puzzle. Bone Spear by Necromancer. So what do we have? Normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. These lines are sequence lines, and the color has been chosen because this is the color of the Bone Spear ability. I'm going to cover those next, at last. But cells separated by a black dot must be in a 1 to 2 ratio, so one must be double the other, and not all dots are necessarily given. Now I'm going to explain the sequence lines. So the way sequence lines work is I'm actually going to do an example with, I'm going to draw a line so I can do an example not on one of these. I mean, I could use the line up here, but the way a sequence line works is along the line, adjacent cells must have the same difference. So if these two cells had a difference of 2, then these two cells would have a difference of 2. Basically, they're going to form a sequence with in one direction, but that means that the difference is going to be the same. So, for example, if this was, say, a a 1 and a 3. The difference here is 2, and this would have to be a 5. Now, an interesting thing about that is because they have to be in the same direction, if this was a 3 and a 4, we would know this had to be a 5, and if because they have to go in the same direction. Now, this is not as obvious an example. If I was to draw this line, say, diagonally, sequence lines freak people, but if I was to draw this line like this, and I don't want to play with any of these because I don't want to discover logic while I'm doing it, if I was to make this 3 and 4, I couldn't make this 3 because they have to go in the same direction. I would be matching the difference rule, but I'm not matching the direction rule. So this would have to then be 5 as well. And the difference could be 1, 2, 3, 4, up to whatever is possible within the bounds of the Sudoku digits, but they must all be in the same direction and they must all have the same difference. 3, 4, 6 doesn't work because while it's in the same direction, the difference is different. Difference of 1, difference of 2. That's how sequence lines work. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Sorry about being bad at explaining sequence lines. I get them in my head sort of, but I have yet to figure out a great way of explaining them. Let's give this a shot. Now, one of the things up here, and this was a weird cosmetic setting, is this is one line, this is a different line, and then there's the line that goes up here. And we had to do some little cosmetic oddities to separate the lines out, but I think that's worked. I think it's clear that this line is 3 cells long, this line is 3 cells long, and this line, which is where I'm going to start, is 9 cells long. So this is going to have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can put a 5 into the middle of the grid. These are 1 and 9. These are 2 and 8. These are 3 and 7, and these are 4 and 6. And I just paused there because I realized something. If this is 1, this is 2. And if this goes 1, 2, this couldn't go 2, 1. So this would have to be a 4. So this would go 1, 2, 4. And if this is 9, 8, 8 can only go next to 4. So both of those are 4. Because the same here, 1, 2, this couldn't go down to 1, and 9, 8 would mean 8 can only go next to 4. And that's put 4 on the end of a sequence line. So this can't go down. This has to go up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this has to have a difference of 1, because if this was a difference of 2, it'd be 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, which doesn't work. If I went down, even if it was just difference of 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So this has to go up. So this has to be 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm really confuzzled here. I mean, that's really beautiful. And this is just my mind playing tricks on me. I'm not sure how this would work. So this is a quadruple. This is 1, 2, 3, and 9. Now, surely I can't put 9 on this line because 9, 3 minus 3, 9, 3 minus 3 minus 9 is not going to work. 9, 2 minus 4 minus 10 or something is not going to work. So I can't put 9 on this line. And even 9 here, 9, 3 would mean 3, 9, 15. That's just not going to work. I can't put 9 on the line. So this is from 1, 2, 3. Now I can't put 1 in the middle of a sequence line because it has to continue in one direction. So this isn't a 1. Now, could this be a 2? 1, 2, 3, 4 is possible. 2, 3, 4, 5. Could this be a 3? 3, 2, 1. No, this can't be a 3. Because if this is a 3, this would go 3, 2, 1, and this would have to be a 0. So this is not a 3. Does there have to be a 2 on this line? No. 1, 3. Yes, there does have to be a 2 on this line. Because if there's no 2 on this line, this goes 1, 3, 5, and I can't put 5 there. So there's a 2 on this line, and there's no 2 in either of those. So it's either 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4. So either way, there's a 4 in one of those two. But this is going to interact with that, isn't it? If this is 1, 2, 3, this is a 6. And if this is 2, 3, 4, this can't be a 2. So this is an 8. I'm not doing this right. I am not doing this right. This 4, I think, makes this a 9. I was just doing that in my head. Because if this is 1, 2, 3, I've still got 2 other sequence lines to make off this. Now I could go 1, 5, 9, but then it'd go 1, 6, 5 difference from 1, 6, 11, and that's not going to work because I don't have 2, 3, 4, or 5 available. So if this is 1, the fact that I don't have 4 available breaks it. But if I've got 9, 8, 7, I could go 9, 6, 3, and 9, 5, 1. So I can't use 1 because of the 4. This has to be the 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. That makes this the 4 and this the 8. Now 4 here made this... Well, there has to be 2 here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. Yeah, this is the 5 and this is 3 and 2. There's no 3 in either of those. And now these are 9... I don't have 8, 7. These have to be 6 and 5 because I can't go 9, 3. So these are 6 and 5. The 6 goes with 3. So these are 1 and 3. This becomes a 2 to complete the box. And this is a 1 or a 4. Okay. Now, I can't have a 2 difference in here anymore, can I? Because of the restriction of I'm only playing now with 5 digits. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I had a 2 difference here, I'd have to go 9, 7, 5, and I can't do that. So these are a single difference. 8, but there's... No, I'm confused again. Because 5, 6, 7, 8 works. 6, 7, 8, 9 doesn't. 6, 5. So this can't be a 6. This could be a 5 with 6, 7, 8. Can't be 6, 7, 8 or 6, 5, 4. 7, 8, 9, 10 doesn't work. 7, 6, 5 doesn't work. So this can't be a 7. 8 that would have to go down. 8, 7, 6, 5 works. And 9 would have to go down. 9, 8. So this is a 6, 7 pair. And this is a 5, 8 pair. That's nuts. So there's a 9 down here, and these are 5, 8, and 9. But this is a triple now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 9. Well, I can't put 9 there for various reasons. 1 would make that a 2, 2 would make that a 1 or a 4, and it can't be a 1. This is a 1-2 pair, which means that's the 3, which means that's the 6. This is the 5 and the 1. I was almost going to use a rude word. That's insane. That there, resolving that is just nuts. This cell is now under pressure because it can't. So with black dots, and I've said this a few times, and I haven't had any feedback about whether this is helping people, but it's really helped me. The way I have been thinking about them is one of the cells on a black dot must be low and the other must be even. Now, they could both be low or both be even, but you must have that. You can never have a high odd digit. And by high, I mean over 4. And the reason for that is 1 doubles to 2, a low and an even. 2 doubles to 4, 3 doubles to 6, 4 doubles to 8. The next one is 5 doubles to 10, which isn't possible. So any high odd digit just doesn't work. Now, this digit here can't be 1 or 4 or 8. So if this is 2, this would be, no, this can't be 1, this can't be 2. It can't be 1, 4, or 8. So if it was from the 1, 2, 4, 8 group, this would be 2. This couldn't be 1, and it can't be 4. So this is from 3, 6, and it can only be 3. So this is the 6, which puts 3 down here. This is weird. 3 is now in one of those two. None of that's resolved this, though. I mean, maybe it has, and I am completely oblivious to what's going on. What seems more likely? Oblivion seems more likely. There's no 2 there. So this doesn't have 1 or 2 on it. So it's either 4, 8 in that order or 3, 6. If it's 4, 8, that's 3, 6. If it's 3, 6, that's 4. Yeah, that all works, I think. That's an 8. I was just looking at 8's line up there. So 8 is in one of those two, but there's an 8 there. That's an 8. So this is now a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no 2 there. There's no 2 there. That's a 2. So I need to put a 1 in here. That's not really restricted. 2 is in one of those two. 3, 4 is in... Oh, that is a 4. Because I can't put 4 in those because of that one, and I can't put 4 there. That's a 4. So this is 1, 2, 7, and 9. There's no 7 there. There's no 2 there. There's no 2 there or 7. That's a 1, 9 pair. So that can't be 1 or 9, or I'd break that. So this is a triple. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are from 2, 6, and 7, and that's not a 2. I'm missing something here, but in a fun way. So is this a 1, 2, 9 triple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, these are 1, 2, and 9. No, not 8, 9. And this can't be a 1. But there's no 9 there either. That's a 2. So there's no 2 in either of those. That's not the 2. This is the 2. That's a 1, 9 pair. That's a 7. Which means there is a 7 down here. These are 1, 3, and 9. So this is a 3, 9. and this is a 1, 3, 9. That 2, of course, means there's no 2 there. That's a 6, 7 pair. This doesn't have 1 or 2 on it, so it's 3, 6 or 4, 8. If it's 3, 6, it's in that order. If it's 4, 8, it's in that order. But that doesn't interact with this, I don't think. Not obviously in my head. So the only clue I've got left apart from Sudoku is that. Right. That can't be an 8. Because one of those has to be an 8. This is either 5, 6, 7, 8 or 5, 6, 7, 8. Either way, one of those is an 8, and that sees both of them. So that's not an 8. But that's not true of that one, because both of those could be 8, and then I could put 8 there. But I've already determined 9s are in here. So how is that a 9? It's not. That's a 3. So that's a 1, 9 pair. All right, this isn't 3, 6 anymore. So I can take 3 and 6 off this. This is 4 and 8, which means this is not the 8. This is a 5, 9 pair, which means that is the 8. 8, 7, 6, 5. The 5 looks down, making that the 9 and that the 5. See, it's easy when you actually look at the right thing, or you're smarter than me. So this is from 1, 2, 4, 8 now. Have to put... Where is 2 in this box? It's not there because of that 2. It's not there because of that 2. And it's not there because of that 2. And that's already a 5. That's a 2. So this is a 1 or a 4, giving me a 1, 4 pair, which means that's the 9, that's the 1, that's the 9, that's the 1, that's the 9, that's the 1, that's the 2, that's the 1, that's the 9, that's the 2. That's a long run of digits. Good fun, though. Oh, the 4 here looks up making this the 1, so this becomes the 4. And now I think all the clues are resolved. This 4 looks over making this 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 6 or 7. And this 6 looks down, making that 7 and that 6 and that 7. And now I've even run out of pencil marks. All I've got left is this 3, which I can resolve. Now I've even run out of pencil marks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 5 go in those, and that 5 resolves it. 1 and 5. I could possibly solve this without pencil marking, but that's not the way I do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 8, and 9. There's no 4 or 9 there. That's the 8. And then 4, 9, that 4 makes that 9 and that 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a 9. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 7, and 8. That 8 means that those aren't the 8, and that is. I'll use the 1 there to make that the 7 and that the 1. This is just the way I find a lot of people are a lot more efficient at just going digit, 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 digit. It's not the way I scan. It's just not. Everyone sees the world differently. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 6 and 7 because I've got an 8, 9 over there. That 7 makes that 6 and that 7. And I try and describe the way I see it because people who are trying to pick it up may find that useful. And if not, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8 go in those because they're the digits that are missing. And I'll use that 8 to make that 5 and that 8. In this box now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 4, and 9. There's no 4 there. There's no 3, no 4 or 9 there. That's the 3, so that's the 9, and that's the 4. And now down here, 1, 2, I need to put a 3. It's not in either of those, so that's the 3. 4, I need to put in a 5. That 5 places it there. And then I need a 6. And I've mastered yet another build. This puzzle was created by Frappy. So thank you, Frappy, for this one. That was really, really cool. Bone Spear by Necromancer. So I won't say we've leveled to 100, but I'll say we've hit World Tier 4. But I definitely needed help with the capstone dungeon. Yeah, that was just a weird experience. I'll go back and do it solo some point, but I'm going to have the gear that I wouldn't have gotten till I'd done it. Yeah, weird. That was a lot of fun. That's a really cool sequence line puzzle. Possibly one of the best intro sequence line puzzles I've seen. A good sequence line puzzle can be tricky to create, so really happy with that one. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you to everyone who created puzzles for the series. Come check out BremSter Games. People seem to have fun there. I get grumpy a lot, and people seem to enjoy that at times too. Yeah, so yeah, thanks everyone, and I hope you enjoyed the series. I will come back with some more submitted and recommended puzzles for a bit, and then I'm not sure. There are 11 more puzzles in the Hamilton Sudoku series. I'm not sure if I'm going to do 5 and then 6, or I'll do a run of 11. We'll see how all of that pans out based on timing and everything. I'm still dealing with family issues and work issues, and I'm just having to figure out all my timing. Those puzzles were originally created for me to be able to record a bunch at once while I was going away and everything. All of that seems to have calmed down, and now it's just wrapping up the series in a nice, comfortable way. Yeah, it's what's going to work best, because yeah, there's been some family crises recently I'm still dealing with. Thank you everyone for watching. Really do appreciate everything that you all do. And as always, good luck in Sanctuary and good luck with your solving.